Good morning. It is Wednesday, October 20, and this is the devotion from St. Paul Evangelical Lutheran Church. A couple of days ago in my own devotions, I read a passage from Matthew, chapter 9, verse 38, and I'd like to use that for the discussion today. So this is the way it came out in the devotion I was reading. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. Pretty straightforward. He wants people to go out and do service for the Lord. Now, as part of my devotions, because the book that I use only has one verse, I generally go to a Bible and get some context by reading around it. But for today, I only want to read that one verse again and then talk about the differences. So again, Matthew 9:38. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore ask the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. Now, in a quick reading, without being able to see the text, I'm not certain that you'd see the difference. But the difference is, in the first one, it was pray the Lord that he sends out laborers. And in the second one, it was ask the Lord that he send out laborers. And that seems to me to be quite a difference. So I did a little bit more investigating. I got out a couple of other Bibles that I've got. And it came out that the older Bibles use the term pray the Lord, and the newer Bibles use the term ask the Lord. So for a long time, that was what was on my mind. Why did we change the way that was interpreted? And what's the difference between ask and pray? So I'm going to give you my thoughts and what I came up with, and I want you to think about it, because that's what devotions is about, thinking about it. It seems to me that the word ask is a one-way communication. You're asking for something. You're asking of somebody, or in this case, of the Lord. But pray is a two-way communication. I was always taught that when you pray, part of it's listen. It's like a conversation with God or with Jesus. Now, forget they were talking to Jesus for a minute and think about conversation. What's the hardest part of conversation? At least for me, the hardest part is listening. Have you ever been around somebody who seemed like they were always preparing the next thing they were going to say and they weren't listening to you? And have you ever caught yourself doing the same thing to someone else? I find myself guilty on both sides. And so when I think about the difference in the verse, it seems to me that the word ask lets us off the hook a little bit, because we're asking Jesus to do something. But when we pray Jesus, we not only are asking him to do something, but we're also listening for what he's going to do. And as part of that, I think we're prepared to be part of that answer. And so for me, that was a very significant thing, that we changed the verse. I like the idea of pray the Lord better than the idea ask the Lord. It comes with much more responsibility. It comes with commitment on my part. It comes with the idea that I have to listen, and frankly, that's the harder part of conversation for me. But it also comes with more trust. It also comes with more intimate relationship. It also comes with the idea that maybe the communication is going to come back to me and I will be one of the laborers. Paul says later we all have different gifts, so that's not always the case, but sometimes that's going to come back to me, and I don't see that in the word ask. So this morning, take one word in a verse and change it, and it seems to me you change some of the meaning of the verse. I would ask you, think about that. If you come up with different interpretation than I have, that's fine. I'd appreciate it if you'd tell me that so that I can put that into my thought processes. But for me, the word pray the Lord is much stronger than the words ask the Lord. And that's my preferred reading. I hope that you will pray to the Lord, figure out what he's trying to say to you, and if you have time, pray the Lord that he'll help me try to figure out what he's saying to me, and that this is something that will be on your mind as you go through the day. Good morning.